Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening, Cottey students. I am so pleased to warmly welcome you to Cottey College's 2023 Convocation, along with a special greeting for our families and friends, our faculty and staff, and those joining us by live stream. We are assembled here tonight for Convocation, an annual celebration that ushers in the beginning of a new academic year. Through this special gathering, we officially welcome our newest students to Cottey College. Students, you have amazing potential to learn, to lead, and to make a difference in the world. This event is for you and about you. First, I'd like to introduce those who are sharing the platform with me. I ask each of them to stand as they are introduced, and audience, please hold any applause until all are standing. Seated with me are Malaku Fardala, class of 2018, our speaker for this evening, Dr. Carla McCain, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Faculty, Jerry White, Interim Vice President for Finance and Administration, Dr. Landon Adams, Vice President for Student Life and Enrollment Management, Michelle Wood, Vice President for Institutional Advancement, and Hannah Masters, Executive Director of Financial Aid and Student Accounts. Now you may applaud. Members of the class of 2027, I welcome you to your new home for the next 4 years. As your president, we will have the opportunity to spend much time together, and I am so eager to begin this journey with you. When I started at Cottey just over 1 year ago, I, much like you, had many questions rolling about in my mind as I began my first days. While you might be anxious about what lies ahead, know that there are many people here within the Cottey community to support you and to help you enjoy this new adventure. This is just the beginning of an exciting new chapter with infinite possibilities ahead for you to explore. Cottey is a place of rich traditions that you will experience and come to love and appreciate. One of them, of course, you will experience this evening as you sign the Cottey book, as new students have done since 1935. These traditions serve many purposes, but most importantly, they bond us and they connect us to the extended Cottey family. These traditions and new friendships, the many relationships you will enjoy here at Cottey, will carry you through your lifetime. One of the pieces of advice that I shared with my daughter when she started college 2 years ago was the importance of getting to know the people around you. As you make new connections, new friendships, and become familiar with your routine, your feelings of anxiety will diminish. I thought it might help you to mitigate some of your initial apprehension by sharing information about you so that you could get to know each other. There is no question that you, individually and collectively, are an interesting and accomplished group. So, with thanks to my colleagues in our enrollment office, we know that you join us from a diverse array of locations representing 24 states and 2 other countries. You are an academically talented group with an average GPA of a 3.47, and you have achieved a wide variety of academic accolades. 14 of you were part of your school's National Honor Society. 5 of you were Girls State attendees who enjoyed attending a prestigious program that focused on leadership and civic engagement, a perfect fit for Cottey. 13 of you were president of a club in high school. 4 of you are PEO referrals. 11 of you are legacy students. 34 of you are first-generation college students, and almost 25% of you have received a scholarship for arts or athletic participation. 64 of you visited campus before committing to Cottey, and 10 of you were Scholars Day participants. you bring a myriad of interests, achievements, and accolades to Cottey College, and our community will be better for your exemplary leadership and high aspirations. You all have the potential to excel here, and every member of the community looks forward to helping you discover and achieve your goals. Now, it's time for you to hear from a Cottey alumna who completed her degree not so long ago. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our 2023 Convocation speaker, Malaku Fard-Allah, who graduated from Cottey in 2018. Cottey is proud to count Malaku among our alumni as she represents so well the characteristics of a Cottey student and graduate: intelligence, leadership, determination, resilience, perseverance, confidence, and someone who is not afraid to use her voice to further the betterment of others. Please, let's welcome Ms. Malaku Fard-Allah.
Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Niles, for the warm introduction. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you all this evening. Being a Cottey alumna who had some of my most formative years here, when I was asked to speak at Convocation, I simply couldn't say no. Barely 2 months into my first year at Cottey, an English professor asked me to work in the Writing Center as a tutor. For some people, a low-stakes ask, sure, but for me, it felt like a life or death decision, at least at the time. I was at the crossroads of choosing to remain complacent in my own life, some would say a background character, or opting to bet on myself and my abilities. Because of the way I grew up, self-sabotage ran in my blood, or at least it felt that way. I often told myself no before anyone else had the chance to. While I could argue that this was a way for me to protect myself from a myriad of things, from rejection, embarrassment, failure, while I could make that argument, I ultimately ended up allowing myself to transform into a wallflower. I engaged with life from an observer's point of view. The thing about college, and Cottey especially, is that it's a place that will ask you to bet on yourself. And while I do not promote any form of gambling, I do ask that each of you take a chance on yourself as you begin your college career. As a former teacher, and I think I speak for all the adults and educators in the room when I say, your potential is immeasurable. I have had countless students over the years, students who are brilliant, spectacular, intelligent, downright amazing. I have had these students, these wonderful students over the years, simply decide that they just can't, full stop. They're too nervous, too scared, and the answer is going to be no anyway, so why even bother? I wish that I could convince them to just do the thing, to just try, but hoping that when the time comes for them to bet on themselves, to take a chance on themselves, that they do. You're here sitting in your seats, having met new people, gone on at least 4 trips to Walmart by now, and if you haven't, you will, and you're settling into your suites. Also, I just was informed that PEO got air conditioning. Congratulations to you all. But you all are entering into a new era of your life. And while there isn't one right way to feel, I hope that in the midst of the plethora of emotions that you are currently experiencing, I hope that you feel proud of yourself and how far you've come. The start of any new adventure is worth celebrating, and I hope you have done a lot of that and will do a lot of that this weekend. Similarly to there not being one right way to feel, there is also no singular path to navigating your college career. Some of you already know what you'll be majoring in. Some won't declare their major until the second semester of their second year. And some, you'll change your major altogether. While I'm here to reassure you that it will be okay, it will be okay, I do have a few asks. Some of you may relate to my older sister. She is type A through and through. She is someone who since middle school knew exactly the way her life would unfold. She graduate high school, go to college, graduate within 4 years, and then become an accountant. Not very interesting, but that's okay. We need accountants. So some of you might already can tell where this is going. When life interfered with her plans, she realized that she hadn't taken time to assess her other interests, skills, and talents outside of the plan she had predetermined for herself as a middle schooler. Now, do not get me wrong, I am not telling anyone in the room to just throw their plans out the window. However, I ask that you challenge yourself to meander off the beaten path and engage holistically in experiences. Meaning, it is okay to lean into the other aspects of yourself that you have not yet encountered or accounted for. Listen to your growing wants and needs. Do not allow a plan to limit your full potential. Remember, your potential is in fact immeasurable. And while my sister's plans did not involve having 3 beautiful children, owning a home, and traveling in her free time, I would say she's doing pretty all right for herself, despite the fact that, life do be life and sometimes. Another ask I have of you all is to use your time at Cottey to unapologetically try. Some of you may be able to relate to my mentee of 5 years. Hard to believe, but she's actually starting her junior year, and she will soon be at an orientation, starting a new era of her life, just like you all are. However, for the past 2 years, she has started the beginning of each school year excitedly telling me which sport she'll try out for. But when it comes time to try out, to show up, to bet on herself, she gives a reason why she can't this time around. She keeps putting it off and putting it off, chalking it up to not being mentally ready, or she didn't get a chance to practice on her own first. And as a former wallflower, someone who did engage with life from an arm's length distance, I get it. It can be intimidating to try something new, but I implore each and every one of you to take advantage of your time here at Cottey. Try here, even when you are scared, because here at Cottey, you are surrounded by people who are invested in your growth and future. The Cottey community, your professors, advisors, the upper class women, peers who will turn into friends, they are the ones who will support you and advocate for you here at Cottey and beyond. And just really quickly, speaking of which, allow me to extend a huge welcome to my friend, my Cottey sister, Oprah, not Winfrey. She took 3 hours to get here just to support me this evening, and I'm sure is late, but just tell her that I shouted her out. It's okay. And in case anyone was wondering, I met with my mentee this past week, and we had a heart-to-heart. We both agreed that her excitement deserves to be pursued this year. I ultimately want her to understand that it is not cringy or corny to try. It is my first year at Cottey, barely 2 months on campus, and an English professor asked me to be a writing center tutor. I am full of no's and reasons why I am not fit for the job. Fortunately, she doesn't take my first no as an absolute. She, like many others in this room, will see the potential in you, sometimes even before you see it in yourself. And when that happens, I hope that you are brave enough when people in this room, when people that you meet, when they present opportunities and experiences to you, I hope you are daring enough to say yes. You and your community at large will be better for it. That one yes I gave all those years ago to being a writing center tutor led to hundreds of other yeses. Studying abroad with friends, becoming a club president, presenting at conferences, all things I wouldn't have done. And ultimately, all those yeses I gave all those years ago have propelled me to where I am today, because I proved to myself all those years ago that I could. If I were to give my speech a title, it would be, I blossomed from a wallflower into a daisy. Yeah, y'all see what I did there. Anyways. And while your path may not unfold exactly like mine, I am eager for you all to unapologetically explore your own potential. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Malaku. Your powerful story and your experiences demonstrate for our students what a Cottey education offers them. We appreciate you and your words of wisdom and encouragement. Next, I introduce you to Dr. Carla McCain, Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of the Faculty. Dr. McCain will share the history of the signing of the Cottey book and the honor code and its meaning.
Just a minute, I got unhooked and I don't want to strangle myself while I read names. Okay. The signing of the Cottey book is amongst the oldest and most cherished traditions at Cottey. Today you will be joining the original 21 students who started this tradition in 1935. The Cottey book is made of white leather. A gold cord holds the pages together. Just as the cords bind each page of the Cottey book together, traditions like these bind together past and future generations of Cottey students. Your signature in the Cottey book is your formal admittance to the learning community that is Cottey College. You are pledging your commitment to the spirit of Cottey and your willingness to uphold its ideals and standards. When Virginia Alice Cottey founded Cottey College, she established these high ideals, expectations, and principles for her school. Since then, each student has been guided by these ideals and principles. Over time, these ideals and principles became the honor system at Cottey. Today, when you sign the Cottey book, you are acknowledging that you, like other students before you, will strive to live up to the values of the founder and to live up to the standards embedded in the honor code. Before you stand to pledge your intent to uphold the honor code, you should understand what it means. The Cottey College Honor Code means that each of you will do all in your power to maintain the intellectual integrity of the work you and other students undertake here at Cottey. Your obligations and responsibilities include those of understanding and observing all classroom policies and procedures regarding preparation of coursework, papers, written examinations, observing all library policies and procedures, and respecting your fellow students' rights and responsibilities regarding their academic work. The Honor Code also requires you to uphold all student life policies, including those in the residence halls. The Honor Code means that we trust each other, treat each other with respect and consideration. It means that each of us, as members of the Cottey learning community, make this solemn commitment to Cottey's Honor Code, and that any violation of the Honor Code provisions will be taken seriously and consequences will be assigned as outlined in the student handbook. Please refer to page 5 in your program and follow along as I read the beginning paragraphs of the Honor Code. I read these words as a representative of the Cottey community. The Honor Code of Cottey College defines and expresses the ethical spirit in which we, the members of the Cottey community, pursue the education of women. Recognizing that a community of learning cannot function well without respect for basic moral order, we also understand that the furthering of excellence requires still greater commitments. Thus, in addition to basic moral principles, we also affirm Virginia Alice Cottey's emphasis on the development of excellent personal character and the more specific ethical standards of the professional associations that oversee the conduct and quality of higher education. Please rise. And join me in reciting aloud your pledge to uphold the Honor Code using the words printed in bold. We, the members of the Cottey College community, commit ourselves to act with personal responsibility, academic honesty and integrity of word, moral respect for persons and their property, ethical concern for the good of the college community and the broader society of humankind. Embracing the ideals, we aim for the ongoing fulfillment of the mission of the college, Center of the Higher Learning. Now that you have stated your pledge to uphold the Cottey Honor Code, we will begin the tradition. Please come forward to sign the book as I say your name. Shelby Wines. Madeline Sheet. Hannah Puckett. Josie Stoltz. Zoe McDevitt. Riley Severance. Caitlin Cheney. Aviana Broadfoot. Ella Carlin. Lexus Brewer. Emily O'Brien. Macy Yant. Cray Hutchison. McKenna Gibson. I'm going to do it right. Illyria Hopkins. Anessa Martin. Chelsea Brewer. Carolyn Ferguson. Isabel Rutherford. Taylor Fagala. Leah Wackerman. Madeline Funk. Miranda Soul. Jessica Cerny. Sydney Revenaugh. Honey Yezik. Tatriana McDonnell. Abigail McPherson. Cassidy Barker. Juliet Cherry. Kaylin Davis. Gibson Harkins. Kylie Segiers. Harley Borup. Catherine Buller. Juliet Ramirez. Betty Mae Smith. Ella Grace Stiver. Deanna Foster. Jakira Hammett. Alina Jean-Baptiste. Tamaya Squire. Abigail Walton. Autumn Wallace. Isabel Lopez. Jaya Barksdale. Akira James. I messed that one up, didn't I? Allison Potts. Destiny Agbenyemi. Suzanne Aubert. Clementine Mio. Circe Tosta. Elena Martinez. Charlie Bevington. Reagan Bruff. Emily Myers. Tatum Meringue. Alyssa Mann. Chanel Norris. Jonalyn Tolentino. Carla Martinez Rodriguez. Abigail Smith. Skyla Smith. Emma Sorensen. Chloe DeWeese. Elena Adams. Heather Hayduck. Aiden Sukup. Avery Morris. Markayla Mallard. I now invite to the podium Darlena Rose, class of 2019, to lead us in the singing of our alma mater. The lyrics are printed on page 3 of your program. Please rise.
Hail to thee, our Cottey dear, our beacon bright, thy holy light shall protect us far and near. Thy daughters we shall be, and loyal to thee. We are proud to be a part of thee. Hail, Cottey Sea. Like a streamlet flowing onward to the ocean's mighty bed, our life shall be because of thee, and a worthy goal ahead. We'll sing thy praise afar. Thou art our guiding star. United we to honor thee. Hail, Cottey Sea.
Thank you. Students, we are so pleased you are here and thrilled that you've chosen to study at Cottey College. Congratulations, new students, for joining the Cottey community with your pledge and commitment to the Honor Code. Following the conclusion of this event, refreshments will be served in the foyer. Thank you again for your attention, and each of you has our very best wishes for a wonderful beginning to your time at Cottey College. Have a good evening.